My lovely sweet Cancers, this is your horoscope for October 2024. Now, October welcomes us with solar eclipse. Right from the get-go, on 2nd of October, we have new moon solar eclipse, which has, of course, power of 10 new moons, not just one, which is happening in your very important part of your life, which is a family, which is a home part. At 10 degrees, meaning those of you who are born in the beginning of July, 1st of July, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most by this solar eclipse. Now, I have a whole name for this October horoscope for you, and that name is Changing Life Path. Exactly, my dear Cancers. This will be your October, and I know that you are hoping for a better October. And this will be it, because this solar eclipse will have a positive effect in your life. And plus, always allow solar eclipses 3 months before and 3 months after. So that's how long, almost half year, it has a power of influencing our life and bringing the messages. You might have been already noticed how your life changed in beginning of September or in the beginning of August. That was it. And now some of you guys might feel this in October when this eclipse happens in your 4th house. Now this eclipse is interesting one because it will unite powers with a black moon. Now black moon is something actually that we fear of. That's your fears, but black moon is also where we attract people attention, where we have power of attraction, where we can gain the followers. So check your natal chart. Where is your Lilith? Which area of your life you can attract so much attention so easily and shine through. Now, this black moon will unite forces with Mercury, and Mercury is planet of ideas and mind. Now these two will join forces with eclipse and make this new moon special one, because Mercury is the ruler of those mind houses of yours, subconscious and conscious mind. Both of the ruler of these houses is Mercury. Because the solar eclipse is conjunct with black moon, there might be a situation that you might be losing something at the same time beginning some other thing, something else. So but you will have this feeling, this eclipse has this vibe of I know it is the right decision, I know it is the right way, and I know it is the right thing to do kind of vibes. So whatever you might be sacrificing there, whatever you might be dropping, releasing from your life, because it's a new moon, it should be new beginnings. But here, as we all know, for a new door to open in our life, we need to close the one which is behind us. So this solar eclipse will be exactly that point where it seems like you will be closing one door and knowing that it is for better. But at the same time, you've been so scared to do that for a long time. This eclipse has this sort of character that it will affect all of us, and it seems like whatever we are scared of, now we are ready to welcome that thing. Now we are ready to deal with that, and we are welcoming it with full heart, with open heart. And it seems like we are still scared, but we are still ready and open that new chapter of our life and to test ourselves. That is the most important feature of this eclipse. Seems like we will be ready to test ourselves, our power, and to see how we're going to overcome that fear of ours. Now, this is exactly for you, my dear Cancer, especially if you're born in the beginning of July. Now, this solar eclipse is happening in the 4th house, house of family, house of real estate. For some of you guys, it might be actually about family. Something new is there. You might know news sort of coming into your life. Maybe it might be that your family people number is changing and it's actually getting bigger. For example, you might hear that your brother or sister is pregnant, or someone in your family is pregnant, and that will be such a happy news. Or it might be actually you who will be pregnant. You might also find out that information. And also because it's a fourth house, it's mostly about our mother. It might be that in their life, in your mother's life, something new is beginning, which will be linked to you and affect your life. They might be getting married, or they are moving somewhere. You will find out this information when solar eclipse hits, or even before you've already dealing with that information. It all depends where our planets are, right, in the natal chart. Now, for some of you, it might be totally about real estate. You might be buying a house or a new home, or the way you live your life. You might be changing. Sort of, if you're not happy how you live your life, what kind of a house you have or apartment, where you're living, like your living situation. It seems like this solar eclipse comes in and will give you opportunity to change that in the next coming 6 months. Seems like you might be buying a real estate, or completely moving, relocating somewhere new, because fourth house is also house of immigration. You might immigrate somewhere, like to get citizenship. If that's your case, like there will be quite a lot of things going on with the documents for immigration, and you might receive, or you might start the process of immigration, my dear Cancers. During this eclipse, another amazing thing happening in our sky, and that's a heavenly trine. Trine, it meaning triangle. Three planets: Venus, planet of love and beauty, and its lover Mars, planet of motivation and action, and plus Saturn, planet of work and responsibilities. These three will make a triangle between water signs, and in your case it will be the fifth house. The Venus will be located there. First house, Mars is transiting your sign, which you are lucky with, because you might get finally sort of quite a lot of ideas going on what to do with your life. And also Saturn, that will be situated in your ninth house. Now, these three houses are called soul houses, like life triangle houses, by my favorite astrologer, my teacher. And because it's happening exactly in those houses for you, my dear Cancers, seems like you are resetting a button of your life, totally changing the direction, changing how you want to live your life. And don't be surprised if you will experience sort of out of this world sort of experiences, and events might be happening also. And because it's all related to the life triangle houses, seems like your direction of life, your philosophy of life, completely getting changed. How you enjoy this life, how you enjoy yourself, how you love yourself, and where you see yourself in this life, completely resetting. And you are finally focusing on those topics during this eclipse. And of course, there will be other people in your life, like your husband, wife, friends, that they will be supporting your decisions and helping you to achieve that kind of life that you want to live. Now, in October, we have another major thing happening astrologically, which is Jupiter on 9th of October, going backwards, meaning retrograding, until 4th of February 2025. That's how long it will retrograde in your house of past, in your very private house. Seems like you might be changing, reevaluating your priorities, and quite a lot of reflecting back into your far life, meaning your childhood. All those things might be coming back to you, and you might be actually trying to remember how was your childhood, some sort of events from your let's say younger years, and from those past years you might be checking up on some people, even like your old friends. And Jupiter is the planet of luck and happiness, but it doesn't mean that it will stop showering happiness in your let's say subconscious mind. And 12th house is also far travels, but it will just take time to deliver all its luck into your life. But still you might achieve a couple of things during Jupiter retrograding in your 12th house. Now 12th house is also everything related to solitude, whatever we want to do alone, behind the doors from everyone else. And it seems like exactly this will be the time when you might be going back to some things that you have been already doing alone, like behind the doors, secretly, privately. And it might be the time you will start doing that again, or changing some things about that project that you've been doing in private, let's say. And also 12th house is somewhere very far. You might be visiting some far places that you've been before, that you know well, like for example your home, or somewhere where you felt peaceful, let's say. Because 12th house is exactly where we want to hide, it's a hidden place of our chart. And Jupiter retrograding there indicates that your mind might be exactly sort of in a hiding mode, sort of you might want more even privacy, especially from your work. You might be also, in some cases, like for some cancers, you might be contacting your previous colleagues, let's say from your previous work place, and contacting your actually workplace too. And because Jupiter rules your 6th house, you might hear some news from them. But at the same time, you would want to, let's say, recharge in a private mode. Now, 17th of October, we have full moon. Now, full moons are all about ending. They are all about bringing something to light, putting big light on some situation, and it's happening in your 10th house, house of career, house where we are seen, where we shine. Now, it's happening at 24 degrees, meaning those of you who are born 15th of July, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most by this full moon. And full moon will conjunct Chiron. Now, Chiron is the healer of the zodiac, and in astrology, I mean, not the zodiac. And Chiron is the also mentor, is our teacher, and it will join forces with full moon and something coming to an end, like sort of releasing some obligations might be happening there, because it's happening in your 10th house and house of career. You might be finishing, let's say, your life career, or changing your career, like changing jobs or positions. Plus Jupiter will be supporting that full moon, which indicates your inner self will be so content with that, so happy with that. Let's say, not like amazingly happy, but then at the same time, you will be very satisfied, let's say, with your decisions. Even though it's an end point, even though it's a conclusion for your career, for some cancers, exactly those, specifically, especially those who are born around 15th of July, but you subconsciously will sort of have this power and knowledge that this is the right decision to do. That full moon will receive harsh angle from Mars, which is, transiting your sign. And Mars at the same time is the ruler of full moon. And that's an opportunity there. And, it seems like you might be changing your status, because 10th house is also social status, from being employed to being an employer, for example, or unemployed, or letting go of, let's say, society, of what society wants, and embracing what your heart wants instead. So these things might be happening because Mars rules your house of joy too. And it seems like you will be choosing one or another. But in this case, seems like you are choosing yourself, what your hobbies, what you want to do, instead of your hard built career. And that will be easy to drop in this case. Seems like you will see it as an opportunity, my dear Cancers. Now, I want to talk about 2 more days in October, which will be interesting. 22nd of October, we have Sun making harsh angle to Pluto. And Pluto is the planet of transformation, and Sun is the planet of life. And they have sort of not disagreement, but a war, because they are heavy planets. And plus, of course, Mars will not miss the party. Mars being a planet of war and transiting your first house will send harsh beams to both of them. So these 3 planets will be in a war. And around 22nd of October, you might have a bit of a difficult situation, let's say, with your sweetheart. Or if you are not married, it might be with other people. It might be an enemy that you know face to face, or it might be a person with whom you want to do a business or open a shop or something, And it might be also someone from your home, like your mom, most likely, or any other family member. So here, these 3 giants in the face of 3 people, you might have sort of an argument around 22nd of October. So take care on that. Don't be so harsh on yourself and on others too. And it might be related actually to your kids if you have them, and if you don't have them, then to your pregnancy situation, or it might be related to in general about your lifestyle, how you live your life. They might not be so supportive, other people that I mentioned just now, of your plans for your future. Now, the other day that I want to talk about is 25th of October. Now, this day will be surprising one, and Mars will send amazing beams to Uranus, planet of surprises, planet of shock. And this will be the positive one, I believe. And Uranus is in your house of wish and dreams, and Mars is in your first house. Seems like there might be sort of a firework setting up in your life, which you never expect. Something might be booming by the end of October in your life, which you will be positively surprised and very happy about. And it might be actually related to also money, financial situation that is coming from other people or government, other sources than you're earning money. But Mars is your career house, and something, it's also house of joy. Whatever you will be doing in October to make yourself happy, that will have the potential, it will have the potential to surprise you even in the more bigger ways by the end of October, my dear Cancers. Now, this was your horoscope for October, and it's set to be amazingly sweet. Use this month. And don't forget to check your rising sign and moon sign too. Love you all. Bye bye.